Altcoins are pumping big after the recent bloodbath. But the question now is this worthwhile? To answer that, we will analyze 6 different altcoins in this video from 4 different narratives. Let's go! Welcome back to another episode of Philprints, your one and only stop for crypto finance and trading. Now let's start with Ondo here, which is one of the biggest coins inside the RWA narrative. And not only that, it is even backed by BlackRock, and therefore the dip from top to bottom was not that deep compared to most other altcoins. We have around minus 31% here. You'll see it later on. For most of the other altcoins, this was minus 60%, minus 70% even. And with this dip, once again, it followed its usual structure. You can see here where it dipped below the golden EMA and then recovered very swiftly. And this has been the same for these last corrections here as well. Or more specifically, we dipped into the first lower band here of my Philprints reversal bands. Here is actually another example. On the daily chart, we have another confluence here. Here, the blue moving average has proven itself to be very important. Here's another signal, as you can see. And here it's basically just a wick that we get to the blue moving average most of the time. If you're one of my OG subscribers here on YouTube, then you know that I introduced Ondo to you exactly at this point. And if you would have followed, this would have been to this point more than a 5.3x or to the top a 6.3x. But not only that, I think Ondo has a bright future ahead in this bull cycle, and it could go way higher. And this means, in my humble opinion, this is still a great buy. If you manage to buy right here, congratulations. But as you can see, we reclaimed the gold moving average, retested as a support, which looks very good indeed. As I've shown you in my last video, I've analyzed some altcoins as an example, and all of them showed very nice bottoming signals, even with multiple confluences. So if you ask yourself if Ondo and other altcoins can go down once more, maybe for a W pattern or a catch of liquidity, then I have to tell you this really depends on overall market situations and how Bitcoin behaves in the next couple of weeks. I will cover that at the end of this video, but for now let's hop over to the next token, which is Fetch.ai. So Fetch.ai is one of the most important projects in the AI narrative, and this one did a whopping minus 68% from top to bottom here. But the rebound has been pretty steep as well. This alone has been plus 54% in just 2 days. And as you can see, we are at this very moment facing resistance on one of my signal levels here, printed out by my Philprints reversal bands. Also, we're still below the golden EMA, and there's another confluence with the top band here. So for the short term, we're still facing quite some resistance here. And if we cannot clear this up, then we might visit at least the mid-range. Of course, long-term, Fetch.ai looks great. As you can see here, we've had a great reset. We've went below the golden EMA on the daily chart, which happened the last time in October 2023 when all of this big altcoin pump started. So it might look hurtful, but it's actually very healthy for the long-term trend. Here as well, we have to witness we are facing resistance similar to the 4-hour time frame, which we should definitely clear out if we don't want to visit the lows once again. Now, after covering RWA and AI, let's have a look at layer 1 project, or better to say a new cycle layer 1 project, and that is SUI. If you're subscribed for some time, you know that I do like this project very much. And as you can see here on the daily chart, we basically have seen a signal that doesn't happen too often. We went into the lower band of my Philprints reversal bands on the daily chart. Every time this happened, we've had a swift rebound. Here was another signal, and here as well. Obviously, as you can see here, every time this was not the exact bottom, but there's another thing we have to acknowledge here. And that is the last time we've had our bottoming structure, we've had 3 lows basically. And this is the same here again now. So this stands a chance to be the actual bottom here. And actually you could make the case that it's 4 lows, so this wick here, but as you can see here, there's another wick right before that. So this is actually very, very similar. And therefore is pretty much the DNA of this project. You already know that I use this term very, very frequently. Not only that, as you can see here, I've actually marked this price level here to be likely hit in the future once again. I've marked this in the chart here in end of April, and this is actually exactly what we've wicked into. Nevertheless, you can see we are facing resistance here. We really want to clear this out with a daily candle close above. On the 4-hour chart, we can see there's actually another resistance coming in, the blue moving average. And judging by the moving averages in general, we are technically still in a downtrend. But speaking from this current moment, I do think that upside potential is way higher than potential further downside potential. And this makes this area here a great buy, which is of course not financial advice as always. Now let's have a look at the meme coin department and look at some blue chip meme coins like Turbo. But before that, let me invite you to join Bluffin, which allows you to trade crypto everywhere in the world without KYC. So if you're living somewhere where you can't access, for example, Bybit, then this is a great alternative. And not only that, with my affiliate link, which is down below, you get 10% cashback on your trading fees. And on top of that, you have the opportunity to win cool bonuses here based on your trading volume. And the highest rank, this is actually a Rolex. So not too shabby. But bear in mind, for you to be eligible for all of these bonuses, you have to sign up with my link. Now back to Turbo. This is a heck of a blue chip meme coin. This went down minus 64% from top to bottom here. Actually, the first time I've talked about Turbo was in this area here. So right before my indicator flashed a signal, which gave us a very, very nice 2.5x within just a couple of days. Look at where the correction bottomed out exactly at this level here again. And from this point, in just 2 days, we've rallied plus 67% approximately. The reversal was even that strong that the moving averages didn't even cross. So the whole time the uptrend is intact. Of course, we have to see we are at crucial support and resistance here. Plus we've went into my Philprints reversal band. So this might be an area to have another small dip to the moving averages, for example. Of course, if we close a candle above this high again, then we could continue to rally to the upper signal level. But once again, this depends on the overall market situation, which I will cover in the end of this video. Another strong meme coin is Based Bread, which is based on the base chain. Pun intended. And you might remember that I called Bread to have a big rally exactly here. So this is the drawing I've made back then, even said that we will likely get a retest and then start a very, very nice leg up. This was actually around a 4x. I think you get the idea here. If you're not subscribed to my channel and watch every video, you're missing out on a lot of free alpha and amazing gains. So if you're not subscribed, take this as a wake-up call. Then again, here at the top, I told you this might be a liquidity grab. So this higher high here, which was very shallow, textbook liquidity grab, might be the start of a downtrend. And this is exactly what we've got here. Since then, we've went down 40%, which is actually not too much for a meme coin. Well, for example, Fetch.ai did minus 70%. So there is a lot of buyer's interest here and not too many people are selling, obviously, because these dips are actually pretty shallow and there's not too much volatility. What we can see here is that the bottom range is heavily defended because every time we dip into it, it's bought up swiftly, but in the mid-range, pretty much no one cares. So this here is the fair value at the moment. And the moment we manage to break this level, retest it, then we might get a rally similar to this one. Of course, this can take some time. We can range here for some weeks still. Then another meme coin, or should I say more of a community project, which itself was started by the team of the Telegram Messenger. So however you want to call it, this is a blue chip project as well. Also pretty much kicked off the tap to earn game mania. Once again, the first time I made a video about Notcoin here on my channel, this was here. In the video I've made here, I told you we will fill this wick. You can check for yourself. This is exactly what happened. This gave us a 2.3x within just 2 days. From that point on, we went into a correction similar to the rest of the market. All of the altcoins had a fire sale, if you will. This brought us perfectly to the golden EMA, brought us to the bottom band of my reversal bands, and we're right now, similar to many projects, as I've shown you, are testing important resistance. So depending on the reaction here on this level, we might range here, maybe get a wick down, or if we get a candle close above, bullish retest, we can rally up to the top signal level here. So basically I've just told you that Notcoin could go up or down, which seems obvious, but the reason I've said that is because it depends on the overall market, more specifically Bitcoin. What you can obviously see here is that the big fire sale in altcoins was accompanied by Bitcoin dipping below 65K. And not only that, you can see we are in a clear downtrend still. We're getting lower highs, we're rejected by my signal level, we're rejected by the blue moving average, we're rejected by important price levels, 65K. And this downwards pressure wears out a lot of people. They want to get rich quick, they cannot take it anymore, and therefore they start to capitulate and leave the market for good. Now, the difference between Bitcoin and altcoins here is that for Bitcoin, this is not a significant dip. From the top range to the mid range, it's like -6 to 8%, and to current prices -11%. But during this dip here, altcoins went down 20 to 30%. And while Bitcoin had just this very, very small reversal here, altcoins, as I've shown you, had reversals of up to 50%. So what does this mean now? I do think that it becomes more and more likely that Bitcoin goes to at least 60K again, which is the bottom range. But as altcoins have had a steep recovery, I think another dip down here would mean for altcoins that they revisit their lows and don't go into new lows. So altogether, this is good and bad news at the same time. If we should reach the 60K level, we have, of course, to re-elaborate. Is it now possible that we go into the 50K area, revisit this signal level, or even take the liquidity below this high? This would be around 55K. Now, this is too early to tell. But what you shouldn't forget in the grand scheme of things is that the stock market is having all-time high after all-time high, while Bitcoin is correcting and sideways ranging. So let me tell you that Bitcoin will inevitably catch up with the S&P 500 again because they are positively correlated. So with a lot of people, including a lot of influencers, getting bearish now, I don't think this is actually too justified, at least judging by current data. If you're looking for even more alpha, I do suggest you join my Telegram group, link is down below. But not only that, the alpha doesn't end here on my channel. In the pinned message in my Telegram group, you'll get access to the Philprints community, and this gets you one of my indicators and a 1-hour trading course, which shows you how to build your own strategy, still for free, which will change as there are big things coming. So don't miss out. If you're not subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why, and do it now. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. As always, this was not financial advice. Do your own research. This was Philprints for you. Until next time, crush the markets. Goodbye.